LeBron James is officially a billionaire. $1 billion. At least that's what Forbes is saying. We're going to talk about how he got there and what it means. An active NBA player who's also a billionaire. It's pretty cool. After the bumper. What is up, everybody? What is up, everybody? My name is JeffLightsyJr. here with the Black Boss channel of Victory Formation. Thank you guys for tuning in. Be sure to hit the thumbs up button, like, share, subscribe, and notification bell because we upload every single day. Now, LeBron James, King James, that is, King James, that is officially a billionaire according to Forbes. Yes, LeBron James has passed the $1 billion net worth threshold. That we all, if you've been following LBJ's career, you knew it was coming. It was only a matter of time. But the fact that he hit it, the fact that they announced it on the first day of the NBA Finals also is pretty funny. First day of the NBA Finals, LeBron James not in the finals, but let me drop this little nugget and take over a little section of the sports world, of the world in general, the media coverage anyway, on his billionaire status. Let's take a look at an article put out by Bleacher Report to commemorate and talk about LeBron James and how he got to the billionaire status that he is at. And I'm going to highlight some things because I think some of them is really cool. So LeBron James becomes a billionaire, the first active NBA player to ever hit the milestone. It goes on to say the Los Angeles Lakers, LeBron James is reportedly the first NBA player to become a billionaire while still actively playing. Now, we know Michael Jordan's net worth is over $1 billion, but that didn't happen until after he stopped playing basketball. Kobe Bryant, RIP, his assets were over $2 billion. But once again, all of this came after he stopped playing basketball. We know the Shaqs and the Junior Bridgmans, and some of you may not know the Junior Bridgmans and Vinnie Johnson's hundreds of millions of dollars, but no active player like currently still playing and not even in his 40s yet. He's not even 40 years old, worth $1 billion. Forbes Chase Peterson Withorn reported Thursday LeBron James's net worth surpassed $1 billion after he earned $121 million in 2021. Pandemic didn't hurt LeBron James' pockets at all. Let's continue on. The 37-year-old Ohio native is one of the most recognizable athletes in the world. He lived up to the hype as a generational prospect in 2003 to become the greatest basketball player. Yeah, I said it. Highlighted by his 4 championships and his 4 MVPs. Based on Forbes' evaluation, James has tallied $385 million in on-court earnings as a part of his 19-year career. He's set to make $44.5 million next season as a part of the Los Angeles Lakers. He added another $900 million from off-court ventures, according to Forbes. That revenue stream was bolstered last year by the release of Space Jam: A New Legacy, which featured the NBA's longtime gold standard in a starring role, and also included his Spring Hill, this is key, his Spring Hill company as one of the movie's production groups. It generated $162 million worldwide at the box office. James is the largest stakeholder in the Spring Hill company, which itself carries a $725 million valuation, according to Forbes. And think about it. He's the biggest shareholder in that company. He really doesn't even get to get in there, get really digging in there with the company because he plays basketball half the year. He's on an NBA team. And when he's really thriving, he's playing basketball a good chunk of the year when they're going deep into the playoffs and into the finals and stuff like that. But let's continue on. Other aspects of his estimated net worth include $90 million from the Fenway Sports Group, which includes MLB's Boston Red Sox, the NHL's Pittsburgh Penguins, and the EPL's Liverpool. $80 million in real estate and $30 million from Blaze Pizza. In 2021, James confirmed that his desire to become an owner of an NBA team. If that comes to fruition, he'd be following in the footsteps of one Michael Jordan, who owns the Charlotte Hornets and became the first NBA player to hit $1 billion net worth after his on-court retirement. Yes, LeBron James is a billionaire. And what I think is even more impressive about this, for those of you who don't know, is that LeBron James' net worth was about $500 million just 4 years ago. So in 4 years, LeBron James has went from a net worth of $500 million to $1 billion. Now, how in the hell was he able to do that? Like what? Like that doesn't even make any sense, right? Like how do you work, you know what I'm saying, all of those years, what, 33 years of your life to get to $500 million, which is more than most people can even dream about, to doubling that in just 4 years? Well, the big part of that is that he moved to LA. A lot of people, when LeBron James decided to sign with the Los Angeles Lakers during the 2018 season, a lot of people said, oh, it was a business move. And part of that was, it was a business move because there were a lot of ventures that LeBron James and his partner Maverick Carter, we cannot leave out Maverick Carter were able to do, including starting the Spring Hill Company when he moved to LA. Obviously, Spring Hill, they do the productions with Uninterrupted on YouTube and Facebook and all that stuff, that part of the media. They also do The Shop, which is on HBO, syndicated on HBO. And then obviously all of the movie ventures, including Hustle, the movie that Netflix, Adam Sandler, and LeBron James executive produced, and Spring Hill Company is behind that, along with, as we noted, Space Jam: The New Legacy. So LA has been great to LeBron. He also owns Blaze franchises out there in California. Not to mention, when he moved to LA, he was able to link up with some of these people from the Boston group that own those Boston teams. LA has been very, very good to LeBron James, but let's not skip over the fact that he won the championship in 2020 as well. So it's been good to him on the court, adding him another championship, another finals MVP, and it also helped him double his net worth and get into the billionaire status as he is still actively playing in the NBA. And honestly, at this point, I mean, if we're just talking about business, right? The way Mav and LeBron has been able to orchestrate these business deals with him being a full-time NBA player, he's honestly taking a pay cut by being an NBA player. Like, you ever hear, like, does that even make sense? LeBron James is taking a pay cut, his $44 million salary, being an NBA player. He's got a $44.5 million salary, almost $45 million a year playing basketball, and he's taking a pay cut. Like we just saw that he did 121 last year, and his salary is about $40 million. So you're talking about $80 million off the court when half of his time is being spent playing basketball. So I mean, if he's doing 80 off the court when he's playing basketball and 40 on basketball, don't you think he could do 160? I think he could do that 80 off the court and double that if he wasn't playing basketball anymore. I think so. And what do you guys think? Let me know in the comments. But yeah, so he's essentially taking a pay cut by playing basketball. But he loves basketball, and he also wants to play till his son gets to the NBA. And that's his dream. He wants to play a season with Bronny, and he's probably going to continue to play until he realizes, until that happens, or he realizes that that's not going to be able to happen. But this is a pretty cool accomplishment. Shout out to King James for making this happen, being the first active player to reach billionaire status while still playing basketball. Next is owning an NBA team. He's going to do it. It just depends on which one it is, whether it's an expansion team or one of the current teams in the league right now. Leave your thoughts in the comments down below on LeBron James hitting billionaire status right now at age 37. My name is JeffLightsyJr. with the Black Boss channel with Victory Formation. Thank you guys for tuning in. Hit that thumbs up button on your way out. You can follow me on Instagram and Twitter at JLightsy7. That is Instagram and Twitter at JLightsy7. Thank you guys for tuning in, and I will see you next time. Peace.